want this shit banging in my headphones. You understand me? Let me hear that beat. You dig? I'ma address some shit. Let y'all niggas know the real. I've been dormant for too long. Hibernate.
Good evening and welcome to Conversations with Taz. I am Taz, your host, and tonight we're going to dig into racism in gaming, and we're going to look at it from a multitude of different levels and a multitude of different perspectives. But before I go forward, without further ado, let me bring on my co-host and our guest for this evening. Hello,
Hi.
gentlemen.
Hello.
How is everyone this evening?
Good.
And as always, let's start with my co-host. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Blue.
Hi, my name is Tiger Blue. It's T_Blue on TikTok. Y'all know I'm a choreographer of Cap Taz.
And the cousin. Yes,
hey
definitely.
y'all. Yeah, definitely check him out. Hey y'all, I'm back after a couple of weeks from hiatus.
We missed you.
I know y'all did. I know.
Okay, you know what?
I know.
All of us are gamers, and out of our core group, we are the gamers. So let's start with the racism that is received when we're gaming online, and then we'll go up through the other branches.
Okay.
So who wants to start?
An example I can think of right now is basically like on certain games. Like for instance, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. I play Dragon Ball Z Fighters, Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse, as well as Kakarot. Certain, like for instance, Dragon Ball Z Fighters. When you're playing against certain people online, if they see that you're like, say for instance, if they see that you're a certain, like you can have like your race or whatever on there, or your particular avatar, they can see that. And I've seen a lot of people just like from different countries, especially like from like China and the UK and stuff like that. They'll decline you as far as a match if they see that, hey, you might be black. So that's one example I can think of.
That is a good point.
I'll say for that, like I'll say this. When it comes to gaming, especially for Black people in general, I on my particular side, I've seen people, especially like when the arcades were arcades. Yes, I'm aging myself, I know, but when the arcades were the big thing, like anytime I would go to, now I'm a fighting game kind of guy. That's my wheelhouse. And whenever I would go, I put my quarter up. The person who was either there who had won the match would either leave or, just not be interested in playing. And I'm just like, okay. Confused, lost, what's going on? I put my quarter up. I wanted to fight you next as I'm next. But, it is what it is. And I'm just like, they make an assumption based on the fact that, oh, he's black, he probably doesn't play video games. I'm like, honey, video games was my life. Especially back in the 90s and 80s. You couldn't get me off of that machine. I had all three of the big major players when they were out. So, I loved playing video games, but it was just like, it just seemed like, they make, like Blue said, they make an assumption on the fact that, oh, they probably can't afford to come here, or this is probably the only time they'll ever be here, or they don't really play that often.
Yeah. Now for me, I started off playing with my brothers. Then my brothers didn't want to play with me anymore. I wonder why. But then I started getting into arcades. And I would get you can't do this because you're a girl. And then I'd get where I lived, the big thing on Friday night, and then it got moved to Saturday night, was to go to the arcade, and across the parking lot, there was a 99-cent movie theater. So everybody would meet up at the arcade and then walk over to the movie theater. And these movies were not like new arrivals, but you're a teenager, you're broke. You feel like it's a night that you can pay for. So you're happy, you're proud. The white guys that would show up, they would still even play the black guys, but they wouldn't play me as a black girl. Fast forward to an adult when I go there, because there is a gaming room in downtown Cincinnati, which is not far from me, where you can go and it's free to play all of the games as long as you order a drink. I usually get an icy and I go around and play the games. If it's a dual player, and if there's certain, the look of the white person already playing, they're not going to play with me. So I have to wait for another person of color to come up. Now online, I've been called an ape, a monkey, the N-word, a bedwench, all sorts of things. Sometimes it's to try to rattle me out of my game. Sometimes it's not. And I cross all platforms regarding, I do sports games, I do anime themed games, I do fighting games. I'm always on Assassin's Creed. I am a little hodgepodge of everything. And other times it's just flat out hatred, to the point where I've changed my avatar and changed my tag to where it's so ambiguous you can't tell. Because I am proud of who I am. So before, all of my things were very noticeable. You could trace it back to me. And when people would trace it back, the racism would come out. They get very comfortable with doing it. There are times that I have to take a break from Twitch, because even there, the duality of sexism and racism that I receive makes me want to reach through the screen and choke a motherfucker. But instead, I just kill their character and their whole team. Or like when I'm playing Madden, I make sure they don't score. That's me. So if you're ever on Madden and you don't ever score, and you think it's a dude on the other side, because all you hear is because I've taken to that at this point. So
You want some? Hello.
with me receiving hate online, have you gentlemen ever received the hate online?
I've had people just like with Street Fighter, especially when Street Fighter 4 came out for the PS3. Now, as you see in my name, it's DMAC. Now, a lot of people do have that, but not necessarily spell it in that particular way, like I spell it. That's been my gamer tag since I've been playing video games, and you were able to save, especially like for Pokemon. Again, like that was the name of my character. Like you knew who I was before you even came out. And like when I was playing Street Fighter and I would be waiting for a match because I was like, oh, come on, let's try it online. And I'd be sitting there waiting and I'm just like, hello? Am I invisible? I was like, you see me, right? No. Or like I'll have somebody come into a match and then look at my gamer tag name and then leave. It's like disrespectful. I'm just like, yo, I don't understand. I'm playing this game, so that would mean that 1, I'm good at it. 2, I don't have any issues playing this game. And 3, I want a challenge. I'm like, challenge me here, sir. You know, you like this, like my brother always said, you can always be better. Like my cousin, when Street Fighter first came out on, I want to say the Super Nintendo. Like when I tell you that man would literally beat my behind every time we played, like I could not win. And then after years and years of practicing, you know, I finally was able to beat him. But, you know, again, that still took time and effort, and I can still be better. So playing against somebody who you're not sure if they're a blocker, you're not sure if they're just a constant attack person, you know what I'm saying, or they're defensive. That takes you got to learn how to fight on all angles. But once they see, because like I think I have my face as my avatar on my PlayStation 4. I'm not sure. I think I may have changed it so nobody would know who I am. But it's just hard when
You're
muted. Move your hair, girl. Move your hair.
Is that better?
Because I think it's messing with your mic.
Oh no, I had
Yeah, that's better.
and then pushed it back down. It is extremely hard to get people to compete against us, because part of it is in the gaming world, it really truly is the one equalizer we have currently in society. There's no systems in place to give anybody a leg up at all. There's no affirmative action for white women to get 10 steps ahead, closer to the finish line. There's no American Constitution for white men to stand upon to leap over us. And like I always say, when white people, especially racist white people, are forced to compete, they know they can't win. So they don't want to join the fight. And when they do, before they realize that you're a person of color, and once they find out, they have that oh shit moment. And that's when all of their ancestors fall amongst them and they invoke them all verbally and extremely harshly. Go ahead, Tyga.
That happened to me. To reiterate on what Tash just said, basically, like I said in my earlier perspective, basically, with the custom avatars or whatever, I challenged the guy online. He hit me up and was basically like, "Hey, you want to fight? Cool, let's go." So we get into the fight. I'm the type of person, I will bait you in and just to figure out your strategy. And then the second round, I'm gonna let you whoop my ass. And then the second round, I'm just gonna come out with everything. So basically, that's the type of strategy that I did. So after about 3 or 4 rounds, he got mad. And how I knew it was a person of the male Native community was because of their avatar. When we got back into the chat, he called me a monkey. Did I take offense to it? Yeah. Did I go off on him? No, I just blocked him because you mad. You thought you had the upper hand on me, and then when you guys them hands laid to you, there's nothing you could do but call me a monkey. So hey.
I have to say, in joining in with Taz there, when Madden, I'm going to tell you right now, I hear one thing, and I will literally score 100 points on your behind and not care. I will let you get one goal, 7 points, and then after that, all gloves are off. I said, okay, so you want to play games? I was like, okay, no problem. I want you to meet my little friend who's called 130 points. Have a good day. Because I was just like, how are you going to sit here? And I'm just like, first of all, do you realize in any given sport that we decide to play in, and stress the word decide to play in, we're not, parents aren't sitting there forcing us like, you got to be little Johnny. Come on. You got to get to the pickup games. You got to get up to the minors. You got to get up to. When we decide to play a game and we decide to play for real, don't come. Like, look at Simone. Look at Simone Biles. That girl is literally the GOAT. She has done things that no mortal has done since the inception of gymnastics. But now they're penalizing her because she's too good.
And
That lapel mic is getting
I
on my
bring that up
nerves.
because I don't think a lot of people realize there are professional gamers. We do have gaming competitions. We do have big conferences and festivals and everything else. And there are things that they do to try to even the playing field, so to speak. If you are a gamer of color and you're at a certain level, they attempt to handicap you in certain ways. And it goes back to, once again, when colonizers are forced to actually compete regarding their actual level, as much as they say that they are the superior, you find out they're very inferior. Because you'll see, just like you'll see a lot of white gamers on Twitch, on YouTube, making millions of dollars, but they're not showing you the 50 times that day that they got their ass handed to them. And a lot of them are calling friends that will downplay their gaming so that they can look good, so that they can have that great feed to show you. But the gamers of color, we're out here actually trying to get better, honing our craft. Yes, we like the games as well, but you don't do anything without trying to get better at it. When we stream, it's very difficult to get people to actually watch us and to take us seriously, because even those comment sections get ridiculous and incredibly horrid. Incredibly horrid. And then that takes us into the sheer lack of diversity in who we get to look at while we're gaming. Outside of 2K, Madden, let's take it back for a little bit. I'm really going to age myself. But even when we had Tekken, when Tekken first came out. Go ahead, D-Mac. I know you've been waiting on this one.
So, okay. Here we go. As a fighting game extremist, playing from Street Fighter, the first Street Fighter to Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter Champion Edition, and so on and so forth, all the iterations. And then we get to PlayStation, releasing Tekken 3. Well, it had Tekken 1 and Tekken 2, but those were just arcades.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tekken 3 came out for the home system. And so we have literally one black character in this actual gaming system. And guess what he's relegated to do? Just take a stab. He's relegated to being a crime boss.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like,
of course.
There was nothing else he could have been. He could have been a soccer player. He could have been anything else. Nothing. No, he's just a crime boss, and his family got caught, and he got to jail, and I'm just like, come on. You couldn't think of any other storyline?
It's still dripping in racial tropes and racial stereotypes. We can't really be the hero. We can't really be doing anything positive, because let's think. The first time we really saw quote unquote diversity in a game was GTA. For those of y'all that don't game Grand Theft Auto.
Ugh.
My son drilled into me today to make sure that I say the names of games completely. My apologies, y'all. When you get a lot of things are abbreviated. So if we abbreviate things and you don't know what we're talking about, please say something in the comment sections and we will explain it to you. But even in GTA, we were hookers, pimps. The whole thing is Grand Theft Auto. Car thieves, burglars, drunks, crackheads. Like, you got more points for stealing a cop car.
And stick a pin right there. Please explain to me the concept of whoever thought of this concept for this game should be automatically shot. And I'm sorry if I'm making any GTA fan uncomfortable right now, but I'm just like, this gives rise and okay. point of order. So when GTA 5 came out, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, sorry.
You already explained what GTA stands for, so we're good using the abbreviation.
So when GTA 5 first came out, I was working at GameStop. And I'm going to say this. I literally did my best to explain to these parents who are buying this game for little kids, mind you, 8, 10, and 11, what this game was about. Oh, it's fine. It'll be all right. Tell me why the next day that game was coming back in droves.
It's okay.
In droves.
And here's the thing. I've sat back and witnessed kids of all races and all ethnicities lie to their parents about games. But especially the ones do it. And their parents don't really do any research. I've even had to go to relatives of mine when their kids have asked for games and I'm like, don't you do it. And I have an ex-husband who thought that it would be cute when all 4 of the children were small to let them sit in there while he was gaming because he decided to set up the gaming system in the living room. And I had, at this point, the Wii was popular. So I had gotten the Wii for the children because for their age, I could find more age-appropriate games on that system than any other one. I said the other system, because it has more adult content, we can put in the bedroom, we can game in there. When I tell you I went to the grocery store and came back and he had the kids playing it, y'all now understand why we're divorced. And I may still have some pending charges. I don't know. But parents, read the descriptions on these games. Just like I tell parents about cartoons, just because you find it in the gaming section or the game section doesn't mean that it's for children. Every cartoon isn't for children. My first job that was not associated with a family member was at Toys R Us. I was the one and only female in that particular location that worked in electronic games. They originally had me in books for obvious reasons. And then when they realized that I was gaming, they moved me to electronic games because I knew more about than the men that they had put in there because they had just hired some guys and put them in there and these guys didn't game. And I would have people come in, oh no, I need the latest this. And I'm like, oh, the latest version of this is blah, 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 blah. Let me show. Oh no, I know it's this one. Baby, that's the second one. We on the 5th. Okay, yeah, here you go. Here you go. And then you have parents, especially weekend fathers and divorcee moms, because they're vying to buy the love and affection of their kids. No matter how much you warn them, they'll do it. And that's why we had the situation most recently where those 2 white teenagers decide to go on a shooting spree. And they're like, oh, it's no different than my favorite video game. Everything isn't for everyone. And at this point, there's a warning system on there. It'll tell you E for everyone, M for mature. If you, first of all, I think these are the same parents that don't pay attention to the ratings on movies and just give their kids money and just send them out to the movie theater.
Okay, we're gonna get back to that gaming section. So thank GTA for that because that's exactly when the whole ESRB rating system started. Because parents weren't paying attention, and then a Karen decided to get the legislation passed, and but see. With the whole movie theater thing, I'll speak to that because my parents did take me to a few, not a whole lot, but since everybody was going, a few inappropriate movies that were rated R.
Well, my aunt and uncle took me to see, oh Jesus, I'm going to sound so old, but y'all know how old I am, on Blue Lagoon. Now, my mama tried to kill them when I came back and was excited to tell her what I saw in the movie, but I digress. Go ahead.
Then we had, mine took me to Malcolm X and Soul Food. So, yeah.
Am I the only person that's on Players Club at a young age?
Wait, you got to?
You went to the? Who took you to see that?
No, I saw it. No, I saw that on TV.
I had to. First of all, I was a full-grown adult and still couldn't watch New Jack City at my parents' house. But y'all know where my parents are from, so.
Honey, wait a minute. Tell me about this. I couldn't even watch RoboCop.
Okay. Here's what my parents started doing. Oh my God. If anybody tells my daddy that I said this, your mama's a hoe. So my parents started doing this, and I thought it was so cute. They started a tradition. Every Friday we would have an indoor drive-in where they would make pallets on the floor for us. We would have, usually order pizza or order some type of food, because we really didn't do food from outside of the house growing up, and we'd have snacks and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Now, my parents would get movies that they wanted to watch, and then one movie that me and my siblings could vote on. But they would start off with our movie thinking that after our movie was over, we would get tired. Nah, this is the one night we could stay up. We're staying up. So they devised this, just cover your eyes, cover your ears during certain parts. Motherfucker, my hands can become porous. You do what? And that's what a lot of these parents are doing now with these games, like just hoping that their kids understand the difference between reality and make believe, but they don't, because most of these kids are just being housed and not raised, and that's dangerous when they're just being housed and they're being raised by their tablets and gaming systems, and they get a sense of, first of all, children and teenagers already believe that they're invincible. You put them in front of these games, and that's all they have for hours and hours and hours on time, where there are people who are peeing in bottles. Let's be real. There are some gamers that will not move and pee in bottles, and there will be lines of bottles in their room. They ain't showered in a month and a half because they want to get to a certain ranking, because if you play online, you do get ranked.
Yep.
And they want to hit this ranking so that they can start getting into sponsorship, so they can start getting into these competitions with a lot more ease. And these kids aspire to do that and be that. And there are some kids right now that want to be professional gamers. Hey, do you, boo-boo? I look at it no different than somebody who trains for the Olympics. Do you? But have that education to back it up, because when the money comes in, you need to know how to manage your own shit. But I digress. And these parents don't pay any attention. And these kids will literally have split screens going. So when they hear their parents coming, they switch over to Crash or Mario Kart or something mundane. Well, their parents don't know that I was just murking the fuck out of their kid on Assassin's Creed. And while this motherfucker is cussing me out, like I owe him money. I have been cussed out and has some extremely racist shit thrown at me by motherfuckers that haven't even entered puberty. But then when you hear their parents in the background, you're like, little motherfucker, I see where you get that shit from. But run up on me from outside of this game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's bad enough we don't have any diversity. We're always stereotyped.
I'm gonna speak to that one because within terms of that, you literally like look. I hate to divert, but I'm gonna make my point. But look at how, especially how Japan, which most of these games are made in, some of them are made here, but not too many.
That is true.
Most Japanese people or Asian people of Asian descent only know black people from a European perspective or an American perspective. They don't really know us on their own terms. So they go off of what they have seen in the public eye in regards to us. And that's how they make them, like, for lack of a better word or lack of a better character, there's a game in Street Fighter. It's called Street Fighter 3. And they have a character who's from Africa, who's a girl. And literally, they just copied and pasted from Tekken 3. She's literally Eddie. If you look at it, she's literally Eddie from Tekken 3. Like, I mean, there's probably like a few minuscule differences there, but it's the same. And I was just like, because I wound up playing it. I think when the Milford Rec, which was in my city, the arcade at that time, and I was looking at, I was like, why does these moves seem so familiar? I've seen this somewhere before, and then I wound up going home, and I had gotten a PlayStation, and I wound up putting it in Tekken, and I was just like, oh my god, really? Y'all couldn't make anything different? Y'all couldn't go to the continent and at least see what kind of a fighting style may have existed there or exists there? Y'all just said, we're not going to bother doing that. There's already stuff done. We'll just do that. Not even going off that. Then you got her in barely anything. I'm like, Jesus. They really think we just go around wearing scraps of cloth and got nothing else better to do. That's what they think.
And let's not forget the segue from gaming into cosplay, because a lot of people cosplay characters from gaming. And a lot of the cartoons and anime that you watch, they're games that coincide with that. And they're quick to tell us that we can't cosplay fictional characters, especially fictional characters that are non-natural colors like yellow, pink, blue, orange, gray. How the fuck you gonna tell me that character can't go in cosplay to a Comic-Con or a local con because I'm black, but the fucking character is yellow?
Like, okay, take Starfire from Teen Titans. I was so excited when I saw the DC version of Titans and they had her as a black woman. I was like, thank God. Thank God they did not put no tea, no shade to anybody. It was just like, I did not want to see somebody in pounds and pounds of makeup. I was just like, it made sense to put her as a black woman. It made sense.
Let's touch base on the lack of representation in lead characters as far as like gaming goes. Like, for instance, Black Lightning and Black Panther, like on mainstream consoles, like on Xbox and PS3, 4, whatever you want to call it. We don't have that representation at all. I've even looked it up, and I don't see not a game with that type of. And let's talk about how they colonized these particular said characters at these different events, but y'all don't want us to do anything. It's like, for instance, with Mortal Kombat and stuff like this, like somebody wanted to go as the Black Katana. They will get criticized for it. Like, I've seen people even on TikTok even get criticized for even cosplaying different characters that are not of our generation or color. So I just don't understand.
You're absolutely right. And it drives me crazy because these are fictional characters. If I can sit there and I can decide to play a game and take on this character and play the game as this character, if this is my favorite character, because that's generally how we choose how we want to play, right? Why can't I cosplay it if I'm into cosplay? Because colonizers colonize everything else. They tell us it's just a hairstyle when they take on our protective hairstyle. They say it's just a piece of clothing when they choose to wear dashikis. Oh, it's just this when it's a do-rag or a bonnet. It's just this when it's a dance. It's just this when it's a dialect. So it's a fictional character. These are fictional characters that are blue, yellow, green, purple. Sometimes they're animals. I'll play games with crocodiles and dinosaurs that
Pokemon,
take on
for example,
human form, like
Digimon.
Yes, like if I see one more white person get mad because somebody wanted to cosplay Pikachu, I'm gonna lose my shit.
When Pikachu is clearly yellow.
Mm-hmm.
and clearly like of the animal. This is like, what are you talking about? It's sad.
And it's like you can't seem to win. You can't seem to get ahead.
You can't.
No matter what you do. And it's just like, the conversation that is being had right now on TikTok regarding right now, Black choreographers aren't taking on popular songs to choreograph things for white people to steal.
Exactly.
It's becoming to get that way in gaming. Where it's like we're backing off from streaming on Twitch. We're backing off from streaming on YouTube because, one, you're taking our techniques. And I've even seen some exact videos be colonized where somebody has saved the video, re-uploaded it onto their platform, and pretended that it was them.
And did voiceovers over.
Yep.
I've seen the same exact thing.
And they're literally making millions of dollars. They're literally getting all these sponsorships. Once again, off the backs of non-white gamers. Exactly. They want to stifle us at every step of the way. And then criticize us for colonizing their culture, which, if you want to talk about white culture, not Irish culture, not Italian culture, not Scottish culture, white culture, it's theft.
It don't exist besides thieving. That's it. It no longer exists. Like, it doesn't exist at all. None.
Like, y'all took one whole diaspora and combined it into one thing and just made it thievery and hate. And I would love, I love the movement of having more representation in comic books. I think it's time that we get developers of color on these crowdsourcing platforms so we can donate, so we can start having more representation, because I would love to see the POC version of Street Fighter.
That would be deadly.
Yes, and Mortal Kombat, because right now, honestly and truly,
I'm tired
the
of
only
Jax.
representation we have is in sports games.
And his daughter, that's it.
Because in sports games, they don't have a choice but to represent us because it's based on real life people.
And GTA, that's it.
That ain't even representation. We just there.
Okay, sorry for the Black me being here. I had to go help out my mom do something, so sorry. But here's my thing. I play Kingdom Hearts. I am a big Kingdom Hearts fan. I
Bless
love
your soul. I had to stop.
Anyway.
And you know why I had to stop.
No, I don't. We're going to talk about it then. We're going to talk about it. But whenever I would say that or mention that, the ultimate weirdest looks I would get. I'm like, your point? It's a good game. I was a little disappointed with the third one. It should have been longer and it should have been harder.
That's why.
Because I was just like, I should not be able to finish this when I only have 8 keyblades and the weakest one has taken out the main boss.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, no tea, no shade, Square Enix and Disney, but you had multiple Disney worlds to pull from. You could have even brought some back from the first 2 games.
Who say that?
You could have kept the magic from the first game. Just saying. I said what I said. Stop and Gravity were the best.
And when it stopped becoming, when I felt like it was no longer a true challenge, I had to stop. I loved it, but I'm like, I like my progressions to get more challenging.
Okay, stick another pin right there. Legend of Zelda, the 3D ones, both Ocarina of Time and for me Twilight Princess. I have people literally come into my my comment section, like when I would make a comment on like people who were playing online, and right underneath my comment, they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm commenting on this game that I love playing, which I have played multiple times, created multiple profiles to play over and over again. And see, here's my thing." And they're just like, "Well, why do you do that? You've already beaten the game." I was just like, for me, what keeps me playing, one is I love the challenge to get to the last boss. I hate fighting the last boss. Fighting the last boss means nothing to me because at that point I've attained the power, I've attained the power-ups, I've done all the heart gathering, I've done all the potion gathering, I've done all side quests to get every last detail and weapon that I need. The final boss at that point is immaterial. No matter what many segments they place, you know, Ganon has like mad segments.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no matter what segments you place them into, I know how this is going to end. But the fight to get there, you be like, are you sure I can do this? Because I'm not sure. Because this doesn't look logical.
At all.
I'm going to have to question your sanity for this one. Because I don't know what you game developer was thinking. Thinking I could jump across this ledge and I'm a land.
And I love how pricing changes and certain games get protested when certain parents find out where the games are selling out the quickest at.
Mm-hmm.
Because I started legitimately going to a specific city near me because of the majority of the population to get games. Not because I don't want to support people who look like me, but I know the more I buy from them, the more we're going to be held up on the next game, on the next series. Because there's a couple games right now. How long we've been waiting for them?
Too long. Or here's another trope that we can dive into. How about the over objectification of women in these games? And I'm not speaking as a bisexual person. You know, hey, a nice chest is great. But
why can't we never have clothes? Why can't we never have clothes?
Or a skirt that's just right there.
Now, I don't know if either of you played. Go ahead, Tiger.
No. You go ahead.
I don't know if either one of you play Destiny or Destiny 2. These motherfuckers aren't even human. They're not even human. They're like a crossbreed between humans, the aliens from the Alien movie, and Avatar. And if you make a female presenting avatar for the game, she ain't got full clothes. Something is either slashed, half off, super short. And can we talk about the fact that this shit is not good for combat, not good for climbing, ain't good for shit. I have to change my avatar to a man in certain games in order to get through certain levels.
I'm just saying, like, even in anime, I'm like, okay, there is absolutely no reason that her boobs you should see her boobs before you see her face.
Especially if she's a child character.
If she is 14 to 16, I'm even saying even 18, there is no reason for her chest to be that big. And can we stop with the high school girl fetishization? I'm tired of it. I'm tired.
Yes.
I'm just like
Sakura, as much as I love
you.
Sailor Moon. And cousin, you know I love
Sailor Moon too. I love her too.
I love me some Sailor Moon. And people have asked me, like, for our version of Comic-Con here, where I live, we have a couple different ones. And people have always, well, why don't you cosplay Sailor Moon? Because I feel like a dirty old woman, bitch.
That
Are we forgetting how old Sailor Moon is?
she's 14 at the beginning of the series, 16 by the end. That's only 2 years here, people. And get this:
one
the legal
moment.
age for marriage there is 16.
Hold on, one moment. Dear another one, in the comment section, I see you put an N and you put an I. If you put another letter, I swear for God, I'm going to read you for so much filth. Your 5th generation of grandchildren, should you even have them, will feel what I'm going to put down on you. This is not the show, nor is it the comment section for you to come and bitch, there you went. I know the fuck you motherfucking lying to come up in my show tonight as we're talking about racism and motherfucking gaming and sit here and try to put the name nigga in my goddamn comment section. So let me tell you about your branchless ass family tree. You ass backwards, no history knowing, can't do shit for yourself ass colonizer. Now, unless you can pull up and say that shit to my goddamn face, try me if you motherfucking want to.
It's clear you're a fucking troll because you don't have not a fucking profile picture or nothing to say. So you need to get your ass the fuck on.
And you also need to realize, bitch, I work in IT. So continue. And when I get done, I will link your ass straight to the police department because I will find your IP address and your actual address. And I will read you for filth over and over again as I read you into the motherfucking courtroom. I'm not the 1, the 2, or the 3. Try Jesus, bitch. Don't ever try Taz. Am I fucking clear? My
Either
apologies.
put up or shut up.
Exactly.
My
Because
apologies, gentlemen.
at this particular moment, sir, or whoever you happen to be, I don't really care. Either get out of this comment section, leave this live, or we're going to have a problem.
Simple as that.
Pull up. You want to be gully? Let's go.
And we can find out another one.
Yes, bitch, I work in IT. I know what the fuck a VPN, is,
VPN,
and
we
I
all
also know how
what
to
a
crack
VPN
it.
is, dummy.
Really?
You don't have to even work in IT to even know what a VPN is, stupid.
Give
They
you a
got
link to what? You want to come on here with us?
Well, come on, step.
Come on.
Step.
Oh,
I
want a link? You know what?
Come on. Let's
Here
go.
we go. Right there. Not even behind the scenes. Bitch, pull up. Bitch,
Now
pull
either
up.
pull up or shut the fuck up and go. Because we don't have time for this.
I gave you
right
the link,
there.
dumbass. It's right above you.
It's
right there, all up in the public. Go ahead.
Into the chat, sis.
Come on. Let's
Come
go.
on, into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Oh.
Ugh.
Because, bitch, I heard you was looking for this fight. Here I go.
Come on. Where you at?
I gave you a link. It's right
The
there.
link
Come
is
on.
in the
Pull up.
comments.
Everybody can see it in the comment section. Pull up. I done told you, motherfuckers, I'm not the one. Pull up.
We're waiting.
And any of you all from my TikTok fam, if I can't stop you from alerting any of my brothers, so feel free. And you can let them know the link is in the comment section too. Don't bitch out now.
So another one. Are you gonna pull up or not? We sit here waiting. You just asked for the link.
Take him out of timeout, cuz. Take him out of timeout. Let him see the link. Let him pull up.
Come on. Let's go.
You talking big shit. Come on the show. You chose the right show on the right night with the right one.
I just came off a vacation, honey. Let's go.
I just been waiting for a good reading session.
And as my wifey said, the
pull up.
season of fuck you is in full swing.
Very much so.
I ain't got all night. Let's go. Oh well. Fuck them. Let's go. Let's continue because obviously this minor occurrence will is obviously sitting here twiddling his thumbs
Next
or her
K.
thumbs. Next caller.
Next caller. Next caller.
You know what? My petty ass. Hold on. Let's see.
You are not.
Yes, I am.
Ooh,
Oh, do we have a guest? Oh, hello, Philip.
turn your camera on, sir.
Where's your turn your camera on, Philip?
Oh, we got two of them.
Oh,
What's
we
up?
got another one. Oh,
Unmute yourself. Turn your cameras on. Be bold about it. Say it with your whole chest.
come on, colonizers.
Oh, that's all you have to say.
I bet you
that's
won't
all
come
you
on
can
the
say?
camera and say it.
No, put your face on camera. That's all you can say
You
is that over
bald-headed
and over and
lizard.
over again. That's not very intellectual. I thought you had something intellectual to say. I thought you could, take down our argument, but you couldn't. That's all you can say is come on here and repeat, nigga. You pale face powder ass motherfucker. You barracuda bleach bastard. You yeast yeti yardigan. Did you think that was supposed to hurt my feelings? You probably came from a long line of motherfuckers who couldn't even afford a motherfucking slave. You were considered white goddamn trash. Because I could tell by how your grammar was. So I know you not coming up in a boss bitch's territory thinking that you were going to do something. Were you? Because let me explain something to you. I could whip out my black card right now and buy you, your mammy, and your daddy, who are also sister and brother. So are we going to continue this with your 65 scoring credit score? Are you done or are you fucking finished? Because your backup done left.
Oh, are you going? Are you done? Cool guy. You fucking lima bean lizard ass motherfucker.
Oh, and you know what? I love a motherfucker who just shows that their family is inbred. You are the embodiment of the mutation that you are, because I possess the Eve gene, bitch. I am the beginning and the end, the alpha and omega, and the transformation that I left in the fucking toilet when I decided to no longer be bothered with you. Okay, so now that I am done with you, this queen is going to toss you back into the pool. So, are you done? Oh yeah, you're done. Bye.
Have a nice day.
Toodles.
Oh, and here's another one. Oh,
napkin American. Which napkin
Chalk
American
Child,
is
what's
this?
up? Come on, Chalk Child, let's go.
Come on.
Where you at?
Geese Yeti Yardigan. Oh, okay.
Hello?
I ain't got time for that.
Cloud creatures.
Are you now ready to show your
Yes,
manifestation?
Yes, Philip. Come on, Chalk Child, let's go. I ain't got all day.
Because the only Philip that, unless it's Uncle Phil or Philip Bailey, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Do you have something? Oh, you don't? All right.
Next.
Oh, cool guy. You're Jewish. No, the fuck you're not. I'm looking at you and your powder ass features, and no, the fuck you are not.
Oh, is this private chat? Aw. Aw. Oh, you.
Oh, you mad? Oh.
And I'm
Are
sorry.
you mad? Are you upset?
Hold on. So let me just be clear with you, my good sir. I don't give a good rat's patootie where you come from, who you come from, or where you at. So if you're going to sit here and spout that you're Jewish and sit here and not realize that we're sharing the same oppression that you had to go through with your past forefathers and all that shenanigans, then get the fuck out. Because I have nothing else better to do with you. Banish him from this.
Oh, I did. But also, hold on just a moment, fellas. Let me explain something to you all. First and foremost, I know that I am a woman. I am a cisgendered woman. Okay. I'm also queer than a motherfucker. I am also a very strong, very proud Cuban Afro Latina. I play no games. I mince no words. So if you want to come into this neck of the woods, I don't give a fuck who I have on my platform. The scariest person that you will encounter will be me. Don't play with me. Like I keep saying, try Jesus, Allah, Buddha, a couple Hindu gods. I don't give a fuck. Do not try me. Go to the altar of stupidity at the crossroads of fuck you, and your mama should not have gone on that date full because that bitch knew she should have consumed you that night. but she needed a free meal or $7 for a medium pizza. I don't give a fuck which one. But let me explain something to you. Your sister, auntie, mama loves you. Bitch, I don't. Record that, put that around, tag me in it. Fuck you, don't care.
And back to our regularly scheduled program. What were we speaking about before we were so rudely interrupted?
Before we were rudely interrupted by the Caucasus people, Caucasus Cave people.
Did this motherfucker say he black and Jewish and he is clearer,
Clear
he is whiter
and
than the wall behind Tiger?
Hello.
But anywho, because we're wrapping up on the last few moments.
He is clearer than Fred Flintstone on this box.
But cousin, can you tell people? Let me give you the spotlight. Can you inform the people about your merch line, please? Can we talk about that?
Of course. So I have my Petty University line. I'm gonna have the link in my bio on TikTok there. It's at the same name that you see in the corner, DMAC 5x5. And I have a couple of t-shirts, a cup. I have 2 bags up there. I have men's and women's clothing. I have some very nice leggings for women. So if you women like leggings, I have a nice pair for you. What?
In them leggings, let your booty pop.
I mean, seriously. And, I'm going to be working on some sweats for guys, but it's a little harder to put my sayings on those. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, no, I really want you guys to definitely come through, come check it out. And I've made the prices as reasonable as I can get them, because, if it's not quote unquote reasonable for the website, they won't let you publish it. Sure. But I've tried my best to keep it in a good price bracket, and I think I'm gonna do another promotion soon, which I'll link, which I'll probably put a video up on TikTok for the discount code that I'll put up there, but I have to redo it. But definitely, I got all kinds of things up there, and if you guys have any ideas, definitely put it in the comment section on any of my videos, and I always answer comments. If it's a racist one, I'm gonna delete and block you. But if it's a comment about either the video or something about my merch line, I will definitely take it into advisement and answer.
Wonderful. And y'all know, tomorrow for Freeform Fridays, it's the Blue Out Countdown. So, in honor of the Blue Out, Blue, let the people know your resume, because I don't think the people really know what you're working with and what you do, baby.
Well, I'm just going to give you the Cliff Note version. Basically, I've been dancing since I was 16. I've been dancing since I was 16. I've traveled to many states over the United States, as well as performed in many places over the United States. I've opened up for different artists. I've actually been a choreographer artist here, as well as in Pensacola. And be looking for me, because I'll be having a studio open within the next couple years. So, yeah.
Yes, you will.
Tomorrow, everything is off limits. If you want to ask me anything as far as my dancing goes, you can ask me tomorrow. I have a good mindset right now, because this shit kind of threw me off, so I can't really talk the way I want to talk right now because of these the clear mayonnaise spider pigs that were in the comments.
Yeah, but tomorrow is all things blue, and while you join us, if you wouldn't mind, put on some blue. As you know, every day we put out a promo video. When you see that video, if you wouldn't mind, duet it in something blue. And don't forget, we started off today with our love train, where we pick one person every day. We shout them out. We tag at least 2 people in their comments and duet. And if you see my duet, do edit to get that person some love, get that person some traction. And where's the list? For those of y'all that think that I know cousin and co-host already know, I have a legitimate list. I messed up here because I messed up somebody's name. But I have a legitimate list. I will continue to add to this. We will keep the train going as long as I have names on it. And we're just going to keep it going and keep spreading the love. And like I said, we'll all be in our blue. And I think y'all might be a little, some of y'all might be shook. A lot of y'all are like, yeah, that's Taz. Buy my outfit tomorrow because I have to get a special outfit for the little bro. Okay. But as always, thank you, family, for joining me. Thank you to all of my lovely guests that join us every night, even though we had a little bit of a hiccup. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for staying true. And thank you for getting them in the comments. As always, each one reach one, each one teach one. We're going to rock out tomorrow. L, gang, gang.
Gang,
Gang,
gang.
gang.